everybody, Allison here, and in today's video, I am looking at a potential trade idea on XOM. Now, the reason I say potential is, as you can see on the daily chart, this has had a really nice move to the upside, though it's getting quite a bit of a pullback today, down towards the 10 SMA again. We have bullish sentiment on momentum with room to move higher, a nice bullish signal on the compound breakout tool. The squeeze is just starting to fire. And on the weekly chart, we still have a valid squeeze, which would make me inclined to think, of course, that this might see a nice continuation to the upside. As you can see, there's the squeeze that we have, room on momentum. But the reason why I say possible, and you might already start to see this here slightly on the weekly time frame, but I feel like it's a bit more clear on the monthly, is because Exxon Mobile has been stuck range bound for the last several years, where for the most part, 120 has been acting as the main level of price resistance. We've seen a couple times where it's tried to break above it, especially back here, right, when we had that nice bullish sentiment on the monthly, looking like it might start to get going. But every time we've tried to break above 120, we have basically failed. So there are two ways that I'm looking at this potential setup. The first is on the pullback that we're currently seeing today. It's pulling back to now test that 120 level as support. And if it can hold and it starts to bounce again, then these longer time frame squeezes like the weekly and monthly might finally start to fire to the upside and give us another bullish trend move higher after being stuck range bound between basically 100 and 120 for the last 3 or so years. If that's the case, then I wouldn't mind going out and either just buying shares, right, to play this longer term, because we have had some monthly true lows during this consolidation, or potentially going further out in time, maybe like to May, and jumping into something like a long call. You could even do something like the 135 call at $1.80. You could do a vertical spread. The 125, 135 is 295 with a 705 profit potential, and really give yourself plenty of time to let that trend move and those squeezes start to get going. The other way I'm looking at this, though, is if basically just like the last several times we've tried to break 120, it ends up failing to do so. And if that's the case, for those of you who like to be a little bit more aggressive, you might consider then a counter trend move back down towards the 30 ATR around 118, or even back down towards the 100 period simple at 115. If I were looking to do the pullback move, I'd keep this shorter dated, maybe just going out to January 23rd, right before the anticipated earnings announcement. And once again, either just jumping into a long put, like the 121 put is $1.67. If it drops back below 120, that strike should go in the money, start to work for a profit. If you kind of like that idea, but you want a smaller risk, you could always turn it into a spread. The 120, 115 is about a 91 cent cost basis, 409 profit potential. With the same idea, if we start to break below 120, right, that should start to go in the money and gain some value. So I'm keeping a close eye on Exxon Mobile. I'll be curious to see if this 120 level can actually hold as support on this pullback, or if we end up faltering, this was just a short-term blip to the upside and we end up reversing back down. Like I said, that main level of support from a monthly perspective over the last 3 years is all the way technically back down towards right around $100, I would say. Just like with 120, there's been a few times we've blipped below it, but 100's been that main level of support over the last few years, and 120 has been that main level of price resistance. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully that gives you a few trade ideas to consider depending on how the price acts around 120. As always, my fellow Jedis, may the trade be with you, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Bye.
Hey, Allison Ostrander here, Director of Risk Tolerance at Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and comment down below to help us out. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you can get notified when we release our next video. And if you want to watch us trade in real time using our own money, go to simplertrading.com to learn how to sign up. As always, may the trade be with you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.